All right, hey, how y'all doing? Welcome to another segment of Recognize Me. You know, the pros and cons of life, man, is a devastating thing. It all depends on how your mind works to adequately, basically, figure out what's happening to you. A lot of people don't trust, the process through this thing, so to speak. It's like it's processes, it's things you go through in life, and then there's things that you don't have to go through life that you put yourself through. And a lot of times, the blame of it all goes to ourselves, and we don't want to admit it. We want to take and say, okay, well, this happened because of this person did that. Had they not done that, then I wouldn't have done what I did. But that ain't always the case, Once again, man, I spoke on this before, but I'm going to put you another angle to it. It's like this, man. You trust people to be who they are, You don't trust them to do or act or think like you think. I think people think that they're always going to run across people who have the same attitude, the same thought process, you know what I'm saying? And you might very well find that. You find some people with certain attributes that fit the way you are. But a lot of times what you're going to run into is people who think way different than you, people who got other things going on or capable of doing other things than what you can. But they'll talk to you like you can do the same thing. And I don't want to emulate anyone. I want to be me. I want to be, like I always say, my authentic self. So my authentic self, I deal with situations based on me. I don't put myself in those situations where I'm not capable of winning or coming out on top in the situation. However it looks to other people, that's on them. But far as me, I look at it the way I look at it. So a lot of times, I get a lot of different feedback, about how I do things or how I come across. But in the end, it's the authentic self that comes out. See, because I could do the same thing, or you could do the same thing I do, and it's not going to come out the same way, because I don't know whatever it is that you're going to do in your next move. I can see what you're doing, and then I can follow it, but I don't know what the ending result is. Only you know that. So remember that, man. Trust people to be themselves, because like I said, man, many people, they believe in whatever it is that they got going and what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to believe in what you're doing. They're not going to see your vision, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, man, I ran across some people, man, and I've ran across many of people, they may be spiritual guys. They might be physical, or how their minds work, different ways. You got people to believe in things, and that's what they into, and everything is subjugated by that, But I always tell a person, man, you believe in things you haven't seen, things that haven't happened, or things that you've read, but you don't believe in me. And I'm right here in your face, man. I'm right here. Everything I am is right here. When you meet me, everything that I am is right there. You don't have to go and try to watch me and see how I do this or do all that. You don't have to do all that. Everything I am, I'm right there in front of your face. So there's no issue of if I'm Zach gonna do this, or is he gonna do that, or he gonna act that way. And when I ask you a question, it's no double meaning. It's no, I'm trying to find this out, because deep inside, I don't care, see? And that's one thing that people don't get. It's like, I'm not running around here acting like I don't care. I really don't. Really, I'm acting like I care a lot of times, because I understand that people are emotional beings, and people take and do things based off emotional feelings. You see something you don't like, it strikes something in you. Now you're emotional. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm not emotional, but I know not to react with emotion on the average situation, because if you do, you can't think. You can't put your mind into the elements. And that's what prison taught me, for real. Is like, you'll constantly put yourself in a messed up position if every time something happens to you, you think it's an attack on you, because it's not. People do what they want to do based on what's important to them. So when you start seeing them do stuff, you say, man, this motherfucker disrespecting me, or something like that, to that regard. In their mind, they're really not thinking about you at all. But if it's something that you hold your principle and moral to and they do it, well, that's a different story. They have to be subjugated to whatever it is that you going to do, whatever you feel like you have to do to deal with what they done that you don't like, or just leave that shit alone, man. And it's like, it's hard to tell people this. It's hard to tell grown men and women that whatever that you doing, because you think that you can do what you want to do, or it's important for you, that you're disrespecting another person, or you putting another person in a situation where he don't or she don't need to be at. And then when they strike out, you feel as though they was wrong for striking out, but at the same token, you was wrong too. So it's like, it's all in the mix of how somebody perceive it and how they feel. So all my shit is the truth. Everything is the truth about how I think. Now, if you think similar to that, then you understand what I'm saying. But if you don't, then you're going to take this and run another way with it, because a lot of people, man, for real, when they be talking, none of that stuff be making any sense to me. But then I sit back and I think about the person and I say, okay, this is why it makes sense to them. This is why they're saying what they're saying. But in reality, in actuality, you can look at that stuff and you can say, oh, this is bullcrap, man. You just talking, you're trying to hype yourself up to feel like whatever it is that you're saying makes sense or means something, but it has no value. So not to another person, it only has value to you, you know. So like I said, man, this morning I wanted to throw that thought out there because I had thought about this and I'm like, yeah, it's true. People have a tendency to believe in everything but what's right in front of their face, man. You know what I'm saying? And then you can read stuff, you can be told stuff. All that's word, you believe that, but you looking at it and you can't see it for what it is, man. Do the knowledge to everything. Like I said, recognize, man. That's why I use that word. I say that stuff all the time. Do the knowledge and recognize, man. You're not in this world alone. You can't do everything on your own. And you can't be always your own boss or your own basic person that's taking care of business for you. You have to come from down here to get up there. You just don't jump right up there and everything is what it is. So with that being said, man, y'all have a blessed day, man. Like and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? You feel this channel is, you know, helping you, is educational, or it gives you some clarity on different stuff that's going on in your life, or why you think the way you think, or somebody else how they think, or any understanding. Because that's what this is about. This is about nothing else. This is not no call on nobody. This is no talking about people. This ain't none of that. This is the reality of life, simplified, to keep you from having to make mistakes when you can watch others make mistakes and veer around them. With that being said, man, y'all like and enjoy y'all days, man. And remember, man, recognize, man.